What is going on? I'm Zedmod coming to you out of the clouds for another sneak peek. Now this sneak peek is going to be for the Mega Crab that's coming up. It's going to be starting in the next day or so, and that means that my War Factory video is going to be a little bit later than usual today. So if you're stuck waiting for something to do consider throwing Zedmod into your creator code. It'll help you pass some time, and it'll send me all sorts of warm and fuzzies. Now, this Mega Crab is a strange one, and that is because it's all about Cryoneer speed boosts. Starting at rank 1 or level 1, you're going to have 50% Cryoneer speed boost. Every 0, it's going to go up by 25%. So at level 10, 75%, level 20, 100%, level 30, 125%, level 40, 150%, level 50, 175%, and then level 60 all the way to a bajillion and 12, you're going to have 200%. That was my attempt at Cryoneer speed through the power of my voice. Now, these are the statues. These are actually called the trophies. In case you haven't seen them before, they're in the shape of a snowflake. Now, strange Mega Crab. I mean, Cryoneer Speed Boost is great. It's ridiculously fun if you're willing to waste some attacks and do all Cryoneer attacks, which I have done in the past and I will be doing in this video in a minute. But the Mega Crab starts at HQ level 7, and you don't get Cryoneers until HQ level 20. So there's a whole bunch of players out there that aren't going to get the full benefit of this crab, but don't worry too much because you guys and everyone else gets the Cryo Bomb, and for low levels the Cryo Bomb is fantastic. And the reason for that is that it lets you clear all of the mines, and as a low level, clearing mines is so vital. You can just clear all the mines, not have to worry about your troops dying, which is massively important for low levels and for high levels as well, I should say. But what we're going to do is we are going to use all Cryoneers, and I'm going to show you an example of how fast these things are. They are going to be moving quickly. So what we're going to do here is I'm going to get them over into this general vicinity. We're going to get all sorts of critters working on those sniper towers over there, just letting us build up some gunboat energy, hoping those critters can start killing those sniper towers, which they're actually doing a fairly decent job of. And then we're going to get smoking over to here, and we're going to try to keep up with these things. They are incredibly quick, and as you can see, we have to throw these smokes very far, which means that we have to just keep rocking and rolling and throwing smokes. And then Brick is somewhere. I don't even know where Brick is. Did she manage to keep up somewhere? There she is. She's just pulling up the rear, trying to catch up, and we're just going to see how far along Cryoneers went. Now, on some stages last year, I think I got solos on like stage 40 or something like that, so all Cryoneers is not a meta that I recommend anyone using if you're trying to push far, but it is a meta that can be ridiculously fun and silly, and I really enjoy it, strictly based on how completely and utterly ridiculous it is and how much ice is everywhere on the map. And as you can see here, they've actually survived pretty darn well because nothing is killing them, and this is obviously only stage 20, and we are full boosted at an HQ 24 account level, but these things aren't as awful as they once appeared. Now, they do work extremely well in front of rifles and medics and Zookas and all sorts of troops, but we're not going to be doing any of that smart style attacking. This is going to be all novelty on this sneak peek, because if you can't do it silly, you can't do it fun. I don't know, there's some sort of mantra there that I haven't quite figured out, but nonetheless, do give these things a shot. We are only at 100% speed boost right now. When we get up to level 60, they're going to be twice as fast, or 100% faster, or probably 33% faster. I don't want to do math right now. It is late at night. I'm trying to get this sneak peek out for all of you so that you can enjoy it in the morning, and hopefully this gives you a little tip. So low levels, don't fret, don't feel like you're left out. The Cryo Bomb on its own is worth the price of admission, which by the way is free, of course, as always. But we're going to quickly pause here. I'm going to jump ahead to stage 60, and then we're going to try to get an all Cryoneer solo. Sadly, I have to spend 115 diamonds, so we're going to go down from 1 million down to just below 1 million. Oh, let's just pick up some of these off my map. Just look at that, 23 in that one. We're going to pause here. I'll come back with a higher level and hopefully pull off a solo in stages 60 to 69 with all Cryoneers on the dev build, so do stick around. Quickly before we jump into stage 61, wanted to have a quick look at the tribes. Now, resource reward is going to be great for low levels and anyone who is not maxed out yet, so that is good. Artillery damage also going to be fantastic, as that'll help you get rid of some buildings and things like that. Heavy health, fairly useless for this crab. Grenadier speed, also useless. Speaking of useless, sniper tower damage and boom cannon damage, obviously not going to be helpful. Now, I'm going to try stage 61 and stage 63. They both look like they could possibly work for solos. I kind of doubt it, but I'm going to get rid of Brick. We're going to bring Bullet and maybe, just maybe, take this down. I really don't think so, but it's worth a shot just to see if it can be done. And if not, then it hopefully doesn't waste too much of your time, but do check the chapters out in case you're worried too much about that. Now, this base has 3 million health, so chances of this actually working are fairly slim. We can't barrage and artillery those shield gens back there because we just don't have enough GBE, but we're going to give this whole thing a go and give it the old college try and see what we can do with these silly, ridiculous ladies. Now, the fact that we have the Cryo Bomb helps drastically as far as clearing mines go. It also allows us to get all of the ladies up into here, and they should be incredibly fast. Now, my thinking is that Bullet is just going to get absolutely left in the dust. Don't know if that's the case or not. Don't know how fast these ladies are. They almost seem like they're slower, or maybe my brain has just started somehow working to get them going. I don't know. I'm not going to be able to do some sort of speed laps with them, unfortunately, just to test their actual speed. So we're going to have to trust Supercell on this one and just hope that indeed they are actually faster. Now, one thing to note is that they are susceptible to, what am I trying to say? Cryo bombs do slow them down. I really wish that there was some form of them not being slowed down by cryo bombs, because they're obviously wearing these ridiculous, cool, blue, ice-proof suits. So I would like to see them not be affected by cryo bombs, but sadly that is not the case. They are affected by cryo bombs, so don't drop a cryo bomb on top of them. It's going to slow them down, it's going to make them die, and we are not going to be able to pull off a solo on stage 61 here, simply because there is too much stuff shooting our cryoneers. I did not bring any medics, and there is still that shock blaster back there. But I gotta say, someone please do some sort of time lapse speed thing with them, because they don't seem that much faster. On stage 20, they seemed very fast. Maybe that was because I was smoking them a long distance from our gunboat. Obviously, the farther you get from your gunboat, the earlier you have to throw smokes, and this is not that huge of a distance, but we're going to come back with stage 63. Stage 61 was a complete and utter flop. I think I got solos in the high 30s or early 40s last time we had the Cryo Mega Crab, but my memory, I can't remember 8 minutes ago. So anyways, we're going to pause. We will come back with stage 63. I will spend a whole bunch more diamonds here, 184 diamonds, back in a second. So why stage 63, you ask? This is why right here. We've got a nice little hidey hole if we can get our troops back there. The problem is 6.7 million health. Now, we could come over here and try and get some of those shield gens. I don't have a lot of faith that's going to work. So we're just going to give it a go. And I'm hoping that somehow, by the way, if you've never seen cryo bombs before, you can get both of them. I always somehow seem to miss. Look at that, managed to get both this time. We're going to throw a cryo bomb there. We're going to throw a cryo bomb back in there. And now we're going to get all of our ladies running. Now, one thing to be aware of is that you want to drop Bullit first. And the reason for that is that he is going to be slower than all of these ladies. And why some of them decided to ignore the flare, I really don't know. That is not standard Cryoneer behaviors. Maybe they don't like going extra fast. I'm also about to get hit by that microwaver. They managed to sneak by the skin of their teeth. And now it's all about just making sure we can get all of this stuff down to the best of our abilities. Have a fair amount of GBE at this moment. Now, one thing to note, when you see all these cells in here, do make sure you throw a barrage on that, because you can get all sorts of GBE back, which is going to help you attempt to take down stage 63 using all Cryoneers, in the hopes of doing 6.8 million health damage or whatever the heck that was, because this is not going to happen, as you can see by the fact that we can't even take down a boom surprise. So do not recommend using all Cryoneers on bases that do have a shield gen, I should say. But if you can find a base where the shield gens are all snuggled in behind the HQ, then maybe, just maybe, you can take it down. Stage 63 is not going to be the place for that. And Cryoneers typically follow flares, from what I remember, so the fact they didn't on the way back is sort of interesting, but that could be related to their ridiculously high speed. Maybe it happened too quick and they forgot about the flare or something like that. Anyways, that is my sneak peek for the Cryo Mega Crab. Now, on the Boom Beach Twitter account, they had done these teasers about the Mega Turtle. Clearly, that is not the case. I'm kind of glad about that, because I've given all sorts of feedback to Boom Beach saying, like, bring back the Super Soldier Bats, bring back all of the good things that have not been around in a long time, hoping that those make their way in when and if that comes back. And by the way, the last time we had the Mega Turtle was in March 2020, so maybe March, maybe February, who knows. The Lunar Crab, I would assume, is going to be in February, but I just say that because of the Lunar New Year. Anyways, I am Zedmont. Hopefully this entertained you, educated you, somewhere in between. I shall talk to you soon. Hit me up in the comments. Let me know what stage you're hoping to get to, and if you'll be using Cryoneers at all, or maybe even trying an all Cryoneers solo. Anyways, I'm Zedmont. Thanks for coming in. Peace.